Welcome to this webinar that's on interim possession orders. My name is Brooke Lyne. I am a barrister at Landmark Chambers and I specialise in all sorts of property-related matters and litigation, whether that be residential landlord and tenant matters, commercial landlord and tenant matters, or real property disputes. I've also been involved in many cases involving interim possession orders over the years. I've drafted the applications, I've attended the hearings, and so hopefully this session will give you all an opportunity to understand interim possession orders if you've never had to deal with them before, and by the end of this session have a real sense of how to make the application and how to make a successful one. So dealing first with what we're going to cover in this session. Firstly, I'm going to talk about what an interim possession order is in the first place. I'm going to talk you through what the conditions for an interim possession order are, and we're going to talk through at length the procedure. And I'm going to try and make it as interesting as possible because I know the civil procedure rules are not always the most interesting thing in the world. We'll then talk about the consequences of breaching an interim possession order, and then I will talk you through some practical advice and tips that I've learned from doing these cases on how to obtain an interim possession order and to maximise your client's chances of success. Starting then, easy one. What is an IPO? What is an interim possession order? First thing to say is, clue in the name, it is an interim remedy. It's not a final remedy. And what does that mean? If you get an interim possession order, that's not the end of proceedings. There's going to be something else afterwards, and we'll talk that through in a moment. The second sort of key thing to note about an interim possession order is that it is an alternative method and procedure to the standard possession procedure under Part 55 of the Civil Procedure Rules. So it's a different route, if you like, to hopefully end up in the same place, which is getting your final remedy of a possession order, but it's an alternative method. It is also quite a quick method of evicting trespassers in particular. We're going to talk through what the conditions are. An IPO is not available in all cases, but it is a quick way to get trespassers, squatters out of your premises. And then the other thing that defines kind of an interim possession order and perhaps distinguishes it from other remedies is that the failure to comply with one has criminal sanctions. So unlike an ordinary possession claim where failure to vacate premises may well be something that you can enforce in the civil courts, it's not a criminal offence. Here, the enforcement of an IPO can involve criminal sanction. So they're the kind of key things really that make up an interim possession order and define.